regulation of an alternator. What do you mean by voltage regulation? It is the change of voltage from no load to full load with respect to full load. Regulation of alternator can be calculated by using four methods. The first method is synchronous impedance method, also called as EMF method. Second method is MMF method, magnetomotive force method. Third one is ZPF method, zero power factor method. Fourth one is new ASA, American Standards Association method. So these are the four methods are used to find out the regulation of an alternator. So here the first experiment is OCSC test on three-phase alternator by using synchronous impedance method. Synchronous impedance method, also called as EMF method, electromotive force method. So to find out the synchronous impedance, and here we need to conduct or perform two tests, open circuit test and short circuit test. So generally the open circuit test is connected by open circuiting the stator terminals of the alternator. So this is the three-phase stator winding of the alternator, and here alternator is coupled with DC motor. As a prime mover we are using here DC motor. So first of all we have to start the DC motor with the help of 3-point starter, and the rotor of the DC motor is coupled with the rotor of the alternator. So here the stator windings of the alternator are kept open circuited. Right? Now if you see the performance by conducting open circuit test, just run the DC motor with the help of 3-point starter. This is the 3-point starter. Right. Adjust the speed of the DC motor. Now the speed is 1428. Adjust the speed of the DC motor to synchronous speed by varying the field rheostat. Here we are connecting two rheostats. One is this is the motor field rheostat, and this is called as generator field rheostat. Always generator field rheostat will be kept at maximum position, and motor field rheostat should be at minimum position. So by varying this, the speed of the alternator will change. So adjust the speed to rated speed, that is 1500 RPM. Now observe the readings of the voltmeter and ammeter. So here voltmeter is connected across the field winding of the alternator. So this is the field, and the field of the alternator is excited by a rheostat called as generator rheostat. So here ammeter is connected to the field winding, right? And here this is the stator winding of the alternator, which is kept open circuited. And to measure the voltage, of any between any two windings, we are connecting one voltmeter across two windings, right? Now the field winding of the alternator is excited with separate DC source. So by varying the field rheostat, the field current will change. This is the field current. So the field current will changes. As the field current changes, see the induced EMF in the armature terminals is also changes. So as the field current varies, correspondingly the armature voltage or induced voltage will changes. So increase the field rheostat till the armature voltage or the induced voltage reaches to 125% of the rated voltage of the alternator. So generally the alternator voltage rating is 415 volts. So 125% of 450 means around 500 volts. So up to 500 volts we have to goes on increasing the field rheostat. So increase the field current by getting up to 500 volts, right? Right. So in steps of 0.5 or 0.1, just vary the field rheostat and corresponding voltage to be noted. So this is called as open circuit test. Open circuit test is nothing but by changing the field voltage, by changing the field current, corresponding induced voltage should be noted. And we need to draw the open circuit characteristics by taking x-axis as open circuit, x-axis is taken as field current and y-axis is taken as open circuit voltage. Then we need to draw the open circuit characteristics. We are going to get, these are the open circuit characteristics. Field current versus open circuit voltage, like this. This is called as open circuit characteristics. These characteristics are obtained by open circuit test, right? Then how to perform the short circuit test? The short circuit test is conducted by simply short circuiting the armature terminals or the stator winding terminals. The short circuit all the three phases by connecting one ammeter, right? After taking maximum position, and again reduce the field rheostat to the initial state. Now this is the maximum position of the field rheostat, generated field rheostat. Decrease the speed by using field rheostat. Then open circuit the switch. So for performing short circuit test, we need to short circuit the stator terminals of the alternator. So we are short circuiting R Y phases, B and Y, and also R with Y. So by connecting one ammeter to measure the short circuit current, we are taking ammeter to measure the current in the short circuit, right? So same way here also we have to excite the DC motor with the help of DC supply and start the DC motor with the help of 3-point starter. Right? Adjust the speed of the DC motor with rated speed, that is 1500 RPM, by varying the field rheostat. Adjust the speed of the DC motor with the help of field rheostat till it reaches to rated speed, that is 1500 RPM. Right, 1500 RPM. So after getting 1500 RPM, now observe the readings of voltmeter and ammeter. They are showing zeros as field is not excited here. With a separate source, we are exciting the generated field. So this is the field rheostat used for exciting the stator of the alternator. So by varying the field rheostat, the field current will varies. So in steps of 0.1 or 0.05, just vary the field rheostat such that the field current varies. Correspondingly, the voltage in the short circuit is also changes. So in the steps of 0.1, just vary the field current, and up to what value we need to extend our readings means. So here also 125% of the rated current we need to consider. For open circuit test we have considered up to 125% of rated voltage, but for performing short circuit test we need to go beyond 125% of rated current. Here rated current of the alternator is 4 amperes. So 125% of 4 amperes indicates